Well, we know the schedule now. What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. Dugai, coming at y'all with another episode of Drop It Downs with Mr. Dugai. And today I'm going to talk about the 2024 SEC schedule has been released, and we know the LSU eight opponents when it comes to the new SEC with Texas and Oklahoma added to the league. Before I get into this video, for everyone, if you want to give me a follow on my social media platforms, I'm gonna have all that information down in the description box. May not always get a chance to respond to questions and comments on these videos, so feel free to DM me. Whenever I get a chance to, I'll get back at you. Come holler at your boy. Also, if you're a Madden player on Xbox One, I'll have my Xbox One gamer tag in the description box also. Um, yeah, man. LSU's 8 game schedule has been released. We already know the non-conference games. They open the season Labor Day weekend against the USC Trojans in Las Vegas. That sounds like a nice trip. Hopefully, I got some money by then. That sounds like a nice trip. And also UCLA will come to Death Valley that year to make the return trip. So you talking about a team that already has to play a SEC schedule with two Pac-12 non-conference games. Then of course we got lighter games with South Alabama at home, who haven't been a terrible Sun Belt team by the way, and of course Stateful Nickel State at home. But the 8 game schedule has been released. Not necessarily. Well, the opponents have been released in home or away. We still don't know the dates and all that. But the away games, we will go to Arkansas on the road. Battle with a boot. Obviously, we've had some crazy games with them, especially up there in Arkansas. I've spent time in Arkansas, and let me tell you, they hate LSU, man. So it's good to keep that little rivalry going. We're going to go to A&M on the road. Though at times this rivalry has gotten nasty, especially after the 7 overtime game, we turned around and destroyed them in Jambalaya Joe's last home game. But I just feel like this is one of the more forced rivalries in college football, man. A&M is not a huge rival to us, but it's like the SEC and whoever is trying to force it. So we're gonna keep playing them as we're gonna go take on the 12 man. We're gonna play South Carolina on the road. We ain't been there in I think since 2008. That was the game when the referee tried to tackle the guy from South Carolina, which was tried to level him, which was pretty funny. We was supposed to go there in 2015, but they had some flooding over there, so that game was moved to Baton Rouge. Obviously, a trip that we haven't made in a long time, and obviously a team we don't get to play much often. But looking forward to it. Always tough going on the road in the SEC. Um, Excuse me. Then the other SEC away game is to the Swamp in Florida. I'm glad we kept this game, yo. Florida is I think LSU Florida I think is one of the more underrated rivalries in all of college football. We don't like each other. To say that they're in the East, we in the West. They've been our cross division rival, yearly opponent since I could remember. And we don't really like them. They don't like us, man. Especially with the hurricane situation where had to play at home, on the road, all this other stuff. So it's a good nasty rivalry, and LSU has had recent success up there. I want to say we won a couple in a row over there. So yeah, let's keep going there. We won a couple in a row over there. So I love that we keep that Florida rivalry. Now for the 4 home games, we're gonna take on Vanderbilt. I mean, that's really all I got to say about that. With all due respect to Vanderbilt, uh, we also gonna take on Ole Miss at home. It's one of those old school rivalries. It's the Magnolia Bowl. Ole Miss once in a while, every now and then has a really good team and gives us real good problems. But for the most part, we kind of pretty much take care of them. But we'll see. Lane Kiffin's over there now, so it should be very interesting with us playing them. For the foreseeable future. We're also going to get Alabama at home. I love that we keep this matchup. Playing Alabama at home is an absolute treat of a game. Obviously, before last year, they have dominated us. And really, in the history of the rivalry, they pretty much dominated us in Baton Rouge. But last year was just probably to me the game of the year, the most exciting game. Rushing the field, just a lot of joy, man, and love taking on that team at home, especially when you consider the fact Nick Saban used to coach LSU and him coming back to Baton Rouge. And this game usually always has the SEC, which we won't have divisions that year, but it usually would have the SEC West on the line. And last but not least, an opponent, the last home opponent we're gonna get that year is the Oklahoma Sooners. This is very interesting. Obviously their first year in the SEC, they get to come to Death Valley to see their fans come into Baton Rouge. Is gonna and them a unfamiliar opponent in that stadium. It should make for a very entertaining game, for to say the least, in a great atmosphere. The things that I don't like, the things that I like, obviously from the opponents is I like we get to still play Alabama, the Arkansas game, Florida. Those are the three biggest games that I love that are still on the schedule. The two opponents that's no longer on the schedule, at least that year, is Mississippi State, which obviously it's been a team we played every year, but I won't really miss that rivalry like that. To be honest with you, the one that really bums me out about the schedule being released is no Auburn. We're not gonna play Auburn that year. LSU and Auburn is like the LSU Florida is a very underrated rivalry, man. To be honest, before the whole Nick Saban coming to Alabama thing and Alabama becoming the juggernaut, as an LSU fan, the two games I used to look forward to the most every single year was LSU Florida and LSU Auburn. LSU Auburn was basically the game to decide the West a lot of years. I'm gonna hate that we're not gonna play them, that season, man. Next season. It's tough. You know, it's always been a crazy, wacky game with them, regardless if it's in Baton Rouge or if it's over there in Auburn. So I'm gonna hate that we don't play them. That's gonna really, really suck. I wish that. I mean, look, y'all can have A&M. Like A&M to me is a forced rivalry. Y'all can have A&M and give us Auburn. But it is what it is, man. But we're not gonna play Auburn. I'm a little bummed about that. But it's the nature of the business. The SEC should be even more competitive with Texas and Oklahoma coming in. So I'm looking forward to, whenever the official dates and all that come out, and should be a fun 2024 season. LSU probably got the toughest schedule in the country that year. But with that being said, that's all I got for y'all today. Appreciate y'all checking out the video. Hit the like button for your boy. Give me a subscribe. I'm going to have LSU, NCAA, and content on my other teams throughout the year. Y'all have a blessed one. Go Tigers.